एक ऐसी शख्सियत को जो पेशे से इंजीनियर, रिटायर होने के बाद यूपीएससी के मेंबर बने और मेंबर बनने के बाद अपनी एनुअल अगर 5 लाख है तो नेक्स्ट 6 लाख, अगर 6 लाख से हो गया तो 7 लाख, एनुअल पिछले 5 साल से 7-7, 8-8 लाख रुपए जो अपनी एक नंबर की उसमें होती है, जो पेमेंट होती है, उसको सामाजिक संस्थाओं को दान देते हैं। ऐसे समाज सेवी जो हमारे बीच में हमेशा कुछ ना कुछ शिक्षा के क्षेत्र में, बौद्ध धर्म के क्षेत्र में काम कर रहे हैं, जिनका बचपन मेरठ में गुजरा, उसके बाद उन्होंने शिक्षा प्राप्त करी, बीटेक किया, बीटेक करने के बाद अलग विभिन्न क्षेत्रों में गए और लास्ट में दिल्ली मेट्रो में से रिटायर हुए जनरल मैनेजर के रूप में। और मैं अब उन्हें आमंत्रित कर रहा हूं आदरणीय इंजीनियर सूर्य प्रकाश जी।
Bodhisattva Baba Sahib, inspiration and hope of billions of people on the planet for better life. On the dais, chief guest Shriday Vinod ji, Shriday Dr. Rajkumar ji, Shriday Rathi ji, Shriday Ratan ji, Shriday Professor Lakshman ji, Shriday Professor Jitendra ji. We see Constitution basically 4 words: justice, liberty, equality, fraternity. I will touch one word: equality, and that too gender equality, where we are and how we are progressing and how we can. If we see comparison, Bangladesh liberated after us, Sri Lanka liberated after us. They have better gender equality, better gender participation, particularly females I am talking. And see how we are growing. When 1948, it was the Code Bill. Then it was fiercely opposed right to women. What was in 1956 Succession Act? It is written women's right, but it was for unmarried daughters. There was no right in father's property to the married girl. So law came in 2005, 1948 to 2005. But as you proceed, it was provision in law only. Then 2015 came, Supreme Court have to say, son is a son till he gets wife, and daughter is a daughter throughout her life. Then corporation right came by birth. But practically it was not there. Then we came in 2022. Recently, just last month, we get a judgment, Bombay High Court. A father can put a will and can bypass daughter, and court will honor. Are we really growing? Are we really taking care of daughters? That is a question. Why we are not changing? We have to see how institutionalized inequality is world over. It was a grand leap for the man to be on moon. But do you know? And if you have seen the Hollywood film Hidden Figure, you will come to know Katherine Johnson and other 2 colleagues, Dorothy and Mary Jackson. They were the team of calculating trajectory going to the moon, and they hit the target so high. But how they were treated unequally. They were not allowed to use the mess, which was common. Same was the washroom. But yes, this mistake is corrected. They have honored her by putting 2017 presidential medal and 2015 presidential medal and 2017 again one calculation building honored her name. Have we done honor to ours? We still feel legacy led by the son? No. If you see Shraddha Savitribai Phule, you will come to know they have led the legacy beyond imagination. You see Shraddha, fighter, Jalkari Bai, she led by role and protected Rani Lakshmi Bai by sacrificing herself. They were not less anywhere. If we are having missile men, we also have the missile women. You may be knowing Shraddha Terry Thomas. She was the director Agni 2. Our country is protected by the power of that missile today. So unless we change our aptitude, there will not be equality, there will not be justice, there will not be liberty, which is the just 4 words in our constitution. We do not stand anywhere. So this is the one aspect. But how they keep themselves targeted so high, we have to see those inspirations. What Catherine says. Catherine says, what you do, love it and do your best. The work you have done is it reward in itself. Be curious and put question. A question will be a small but wonderful victory over the self-claimed superior person who realize he can make a mistake. So such inspirations they have, but if we feel still some have the legacy, equality, still will be the dream. This, if we connect recent event in our country, Kerala, our Chief Justice Ramanna said, representation of women, it should be a representation of the society, not of women, so that in judiciary the society have faith, they are represented in judiciary like that. If we see the data, 28 to 30% are the women, and if the cadre goes up and you reach to the Supreme Court, it comes to 8 to 10%. Similar is the situation. We see the representation politics up to district level, or you can say lower level, 40 to 50% they are representing. But you reach to the parliament, then representation come to the just touch the double digit, you can say 11%, 12%. So where we are talking of, Baba Sahib put a simple quote which we read, I measure the progress of society by the degree of progress women have made. Are we really taking care? Now I come to the education. It's just 90 years back when we crossed single digit to double digit. And at the time of independence, just 14% around that. But who gave the education? Who started this education? They were the women, girls of underprivileged society who changed their religion, became missionary for the having hope of better life. They took risk of their dignity. Indian women were not allowed to go out of the home. They went out and they gave you education, and once you get the education, you get the position. Did you pay back to the society? I say no. So that is the aptitude where we have to have responsibility like this. Now you see what the women doing today in education. In every street and corner, you will find no government school. Colonies are coming like multi-story buildings. You see the example, Vesali, Koshambi, so much dense population, not even one government school. Every street has a school. But who is teaching them? The educated female, which have some part-time, they get signed for 40,000 rupees. And what is paid? 20,000, 15,000, this. So the education where you get the quality, whether you expect this you face. Once you see in PISA, we are unable to get any position. We are second from the bottom, 72 out of 74. Earlier it was 112 out of 114. While what is the test PISA? It is just application of knowledge in mathematics, in understanding subject language, and then the science. That decides. So the quality of education and what the people have done who did not pay for the education. I am talking of the princes, kings. They send their princes, they send their prince for education. They may be sent, but they paid the subsidized fee. They could not pay the full fee. That was the scenario of them. And once they get the education, get the whole, they open the institute. You cannot afford the fee today. And we are talking of equality. Without education, without quality of education, how the equality will come, how we will meet the basics of the constitution provision is already there. Then I put this question otherwise. Last generations, we didn't see any approach that whenever there is a inheritance distribution to the girls, anybody put this. And today also, when provision is there, the male still follow the patriarch approach. They rarely share the documents, the informations which ensures the equal right to the female in the family. This is a very common, exceptionally few cases may come. If you go little back in the history, princess in the Simla, she was living last 12 years of her life for sleeping on the floor, and the money was under control of the trust, and it was a forced will. It took 2 decades in the court, and then by the time life is over, she was using a van, Maruti van, which is condemned. That was the hardship, and male hair already died. And that is the situation. It is the approach what has to be fair with the education. We have to understand socially. And if you see biologically, women or girls are perceived more than the boys. This is the biological fact. And if you see scientifically, if we have to make a girl, it is more costlier than the boy in scientific term. But in real term, we see 800 girls wise 1,000 males. Why it is so? We have to be that much fair. There is, you can say, no example where their ability is to be questioned. People say they are not good at mathematics. When first person was to go in Spain, John Shepherd and John Elam, he said that if C means Catherine will check the calculation and says, okay, I am ready to go in the orbit. That was the confidence. And if you come to current way, 1919, Karen, the mathematician American, she is the Nobel winner. So the capacity, and unless until we change this, and if you see Homo sapien race itself, then it is led by matriarch. Our survival was there. An elephant, if you see, is known for wisdom, and you can say, you see, I says only elephant survives. Then you see it is led by the female elephants. So, which is the, you can say, in your genes, you are not honoring that. So where the equality will come? So I hope on this occasion we rededicate ourselves for the equality, particularly gender equality, and grow better, make the world better place to live. Jai Bhim.